Hey guys, good morning. Greetings, red and black fans. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're just joining us, I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe below, turn on notifications, and hit the bell. Right here, man. Just look for it here, man. You'll turn on the notifications, right? It's really important, man. It's really important for you to have the notifications and the bell turned on so you can get all our videos, right? Also, leave that awesome like on the video. It really helps our work a lot. I kindly ask you to support our work. This World Cup season is a tough battle for us to keep working and bringing you news about Flamengo. They only want to talk about the competition, only want to talk about national team games and all that. We have to talk about Mengao. There's the transfer market. There's a lot for us to talk about. I'm here at my friend Pacheco's house in Nagringa. If you want to follow him, Pacheco in Nagringa, he set this up here. Look how cool it is, man. It turned out really awesome, right? And we're here too, man, having our tea. Just a reminder, there are 25,000 little lions, 25,000 little lions. I'm having my tea with cold ice and we're here. Leon's tea is amazing. And Leon Infusions has 25,000 little lions for you, which you can find in the Leon Infusions boxes, okay? So make sure to get your Leon tea. Nothing is more Brazilian and from Rio than Leon. All right, guys, let's go. We have some important games here today, right? Before we talk about Flamengo, there are some important games for you. Yeah, I picked one here. And remember to play responsibly. It's for people over 18. It's for fun. It's not an investment. I picked a really good one here on Stake, which is one of the most well-known and best sports betting sites in the world, okay? This Tuesday, especially today, until 2 p.m. it has to be before the game, there's an early goal promotion. Portugal and Uzbekistan. Yeah, the game will work like this. Check it out. You can place any bet, okay? Always play responsibly, 18 and older. It's for fun, not an investment, just a little bread money. Any bet of 5 rays or more in any market, the link is in the stories. The QR code is on the screen. Yeah, it's in our Instagram stories. It's here in the pinned comment on YouTube, okay? You can also find it on our tips channel. The link is also in the pinned comment. We're putting it everywhere we can. On all our social networks that you're accessing, you'll find this ticket link for you. In fact, it's the link for you to take advantage of our registration, okay? Yeah, you're the one who will create the ticket. Why? How does it work? Any bet, okay? It has to be worth 5 or more in any market of the Portugal and Uzbekistan game, all right? A goal in the first 10 minutes equals a 10 raise prize in a free bet, okay? You'll get a 10 raise free bet if any goal is scored. It's the goal. It's the lightning goal promotion. Any goal scored in the first 10 minutes, you'll get your 10 in a free bet. So take advantage of it right now, okay? All right, I'm going to bring you some news from the transfer market, okay? Remember, today there are a lot of really good games, man. A lot of good games. I've already picked them out for you on Stake. Besides Portugal and Uzbekistan at 2 p.m., there's also a Colombia game at night, huh? Check it out, Colombia. That's talk from Carrascal. Yeah, hey, do you think he'll get on the field? He needs to step up, huh, Carrascal? Yeah, today at 11 p.m. in Brazil, 10 p.m. here in the United States, and at 4 p.m. there's Harry Kane. Harry, my friends, Harry Kane to score at any time is also a good bet, huh? That one is spectacular. England and Ghana at 4 p.m. here, 5 p.m. in Brazil, okay? There's also at 8 p.m. in Brazil, 7 p.m. here in the United States, Panama and Croatia. Croatia needs to recover. They should win today's game. Let's go. So, let's bring you some important information, right? Regarding the transfer market, I want to tell you that I saw Flamengo fans commenting that Emerson Royal's agent must be really good, right? This agent must be really good. But man, look, I'll tell you, he had been playing well recently at Flamengo, okay? He had been having good games there on the side. He's a champion with Mengo, right? Yeah, we can't deny that the player was recovering as well. He had already been playing good games with Leonardo Jardim too, okay? According to journalist Bruno Andrade from ESPN, yeah, Aston Villa is making an offer for Emerson Royal, okay? Flamengo has received in the last few hours an offer of 9 million euros, about 53 million reais, from Aston Villa of England for Emerson Royal. My friends, that's a lot of money for a fullback, right? At Emerson Royal's age, a player who will hardly have a market again. Yeah, man, look, I honestly, at the time, Flamengo paid an amount that a lot of people considered high, but right now, with an amount like this, 53 million, Flamengo signs a right back, a left back, and still has funds to sign a forward or midfielder. Honestly, the player is 27 years old, right? He's about to turn 28. In January, turning 28, it's unlikely he'll be transferred to Europe again. That's already the age limit for negotiating with Europe. Is he old? He's not old, but at his age, almost 28, that amount is really good, huh? It's really good, okay? He has, in 8 matches in 2026, only 1 assist, but he's playing well, okay? Playing well. I think it's worth it. Confirming this offer is interesting, okay? The information from Bruno Andrade is that the right back is highly rated by the coaching staff and also by Flamengo's football department, so the club has not yet made any concrete decision about the defender's future. And of course, Flamengo fans have spoken out about the possible sale of Emerson Royal. I'm going to read here the fans' comments regarding the possible sale of Emerson Royal. It's Torcida Joven Brasilia. Man, he deserves to go there. Come on, the guys want to send him there. Rika B. Salone. I'll pay for the Uber to the airport. Come on, man, the guy is playing well. No need to comment. Guys, here's the thing. I think it's a good idea. Sell him and all. But there's no need to humiliate the guy, people. The guy, he even played some good games recently. People should be thanking their lucky stars. Come on. Vini Lemos, right? Valesio Jr., just sell him and take care of Flamengo. It's Will Souza. Good news. It's Italo Santos. I'll pay for the ticket. Pedro Victor Pimentel. Take care, take care, take care. And here we have Gledson Farias. The time is now. Take care. Everyone is saying that, man. It's Thais Cristina Marquez de Sousa. Sell, sell. For God's sake, sell. Marcelo S120. This guy's manager is really good. That's just talk. Yeah. Sonia Maimoves. Sell, sell, sell. Everyone is saying it. Sell now. Soccer. Chat. Sell now. Felipe Tosches. Don't let this chance pass by Flamengo. The fans pay for the one-way ticket. Aren Vini. Aerofla for this beast. Oh my God, man. You have to take the guy's jokes lightly, right? It's Stefan Vieira. Seriously, it's time to sell now, okay? Edson FR Jr. is 002. Sell, for God's sake. It's Ulysses Denise. I heard amen. Man, it's unanimous. Everyone's asking to make a deal, okay? It's Marcelo sending this. 53 million, you can even take it for free and it's still expensive. No, not that either, right, my friends? Look, Hudson Ferreira. This guy's agent could even sell a pen without ink. Oh my God, man. You have to laugh. Edson FR is saying just sell him already, for God's sake. The agent is a beast. People are talking. If you sell the guy, who are you going to bring in after that? Good fullbacks are hard to find. That's what the guy said. It was Gabriel, the instructor. If you sell the guy, who are you going to get after? Good fullbacks are hard to find. Then the fans started responding to him. It's Daniel Salas from the youth academy. He's much better than him. Or Gabriel Orfo told me that earlier. We were here. My reporter said that Gabriel Daniel Salas is asking for a chance. Okay? If he gets the chance, Varela might end up on the bench, but he's playing really well and will definitely fight for his spot, right? Yeah, don't let him go. No way. Stay with Royal, man. I think so. And then the Vasco symbol, man, right? Emerson said here, any player from the youth academy plays the same or even better than Royal. It's Fabio Quadro. Danilo also works on the right, so people want to sell, thinking it's going to work. Friends, look at this. Bringing you the information that Flamengo is holding another training session this Tuesday at Ninho do Urubu. Continuing the preparation for the friendlies in Portugal, okay? The activity was scheduled for 10 a.m. It's being led by Leonardo Jardim. This is one of the 8 activities Flamengo will have before heading to the mid-season training camp in Portugal. Obviously, still not counting the players who are playing in the group stage of the competition. If eventually the players are eliminated, they will get some time off, like I mentioned yesterday, right? And maybe at some point they might still participate in the preseason. Last Monday, the players took part in training sessions in 2 sessions in the morning and afternoon at the training center at Ninho do Urubu. The squad will continue their preparation until Friday with activities at Ninho. On Saturday, the players will have a day off. And the trip to Portugal is scheduled for Sunday, the 28th. Okay? So that's the information about Flamengo getting ready for the mid-season training. Speaking of Flamengo players, take a look. The defender Leo Pereira was tested alongside Marquinhos in the starting lineup of the Brazilian team during Monday's training session. There is a possibility that coach Carlo Ancelotti will rest Gabriel Magalhães due to the accumulated fatigue over the course of the season. In attack, Ancelotti started the activity with Luis Henrique, Vini Jr. and Mateus Cunha. Okay? So Luis Henrique, Vini Jr. and Mateus Cunha. Many assumed Martinelli would start since he was mentioned in the press conference, but later Rayan was brought on instead. And at another point in the training, he tested a formation with Mateus Cunha and Henrique in the attack. Finally, Douglas Santos and Casemiro might be rested because they're one yellow card away from suspension, okay? Yeah, there's the thing that when you get past the group stage, the yellow cards are wiped out, right? You end up resetting everything. So to avoid losing a player, if they get a second yellow, then you'd lose them in the round of 32. So Douglas Santos and Casemiro might be rested because they're at risk of suspension. Even so, both took part in the training session with the starting lineup as usual. Brazil and Scotland face each other this Wednesday, the 24th at 7 p.m. at the Miami Stadium for the last round of the group stage of the competition. So check this out. It's important for us to mention, okay? Brazil should have some players rested, and we might even have a lineup, right? Very close to the final one. Close to what the fans want to see. Look how crazy it is how things work, right? A lineup very close to what the Brazilian fans want to see on the field. Ayrton Lucas is a real option for Fiorentina, who are considering making a move for the Flamengo player. According to the information that's coming out, right? Both in the Brazilian press and the international press, Fiorentina's interest in Flamengo's left back is real, okay? I think it was even Pablo Rafael Rua who first reported it in Brazil. Yeah, he's a player born in 1997 with some really great offensive qualities. He really does, right? Some defensive weaknesses, okay? He's an extremely fast player, but someone who's highly regarded by the coaching staff, despite a lot of complaints from the fans, a lot of people complaining. Flamengo's coaching staff rates him highly, just like they rate Royal and Ayrton Lucas, okay? So his name is gaining traction again, all right? Yeah, there are rumors in the European market now involving Fiorentina, okay? So, yeah, we also know that other European clubs have been closely following Ayrton Lucas. Rennes from France is also reportedly interested in signing Flamengo's left back. So Flamengo would be evaluating, okay, the offers in case any proposals come in. Flamengo is not, I've already told you guys, Flamengo is not putting Ayrton Lucas on display. Flamengo is not selling Ayrton. We are not selling Ayrton Lucas. If a good offer comes in, Flamengo will evaluate it, okay? At this moment, up until now, the information I have is that the proposal hasn't arrived, okay? I asked a source connected to the board, and the proposal for Ayrton Lucas hasn't arrived. Maybe the player's staff knows something, but the proposal hasn't arrived. The situation is still uncertain. Flamengo has already made it clear that he's not for sale, that if a good proposal comes in, they'll evaluate it, and that proposal hasn't arrived. Despite a lot of news, right, suggesting the possible departure of Ayrton Lucas, there's nothing really solid, right, that says Ayrton Lucas is going to leave Flamengo. If that happens, Flamengo will only negotiate. We've already reported that. They'll only negotiate if the offer is very good, and Flamengo already has another fullback lined up. Flamengo will only negotiate for the left back position if they really have someone lined up, okay? So we know there's no advanced negotiation. There's no offer on the table. So everything that's coming out right now, guys, is just speculation, just rumors, right? We know that obviously he has a market. He played for the Brazilian national team and all that, but there's nothing on the table for Ayrton Lucas. My friends, here's the thing. I was already on my way to the airport, heading to Florida. There's a Brazil game in Miami. I'm heading home, and I was already on my way to the airport. I had already recorded my video, was about to start editing, when I managed to do some research here regarding Emerson Royal's situation. I spoke with a source connected to the board who confirmed Aston Villa's offer, okay? So, the offer really did happen, and there are some important factors here that we need to bring up. This source connected to the board confirmed the offer. However, the understanding is that negotiating the right back to hire a replacement of lower quality would not be an interesting decision for the club. Yes, behind the scenes, the assessment is that Aston Villa's interest reinforces Royal's market value, right? The players. The English club, which has great financial power and recently won a continental title, sees Emerson Royal as a top target for the rest of the season. They were Europa League champions, right? So they have money, they see Royal as an option, and that's a relevant factor according to this source connected to the board. Given this scenario, there's a perception that the market doesn't offer many high-level right backs available for immediate replacement. Yeah, and that's exactly why, okay? Flamengo's board intends to analyze the offer carefully before making any decision about a possible sale. But it's an interesting amount. They understand that it's an interesting amount, but not enough to buy. Even as I was thinking, with this amount, you could buy a right back, a left back, and still have a little left for a midfielder, right? You hire another right back, right? You can hire another right back, and there's little left to try to help in some other position, okay? It's not anything like that. It's not an absurd amount. Now, internally, the board understands that the amount may seem high, but not the sales payments, right? But it's also important to say that sales payments are made in installments, and it's not easy to find replacements. So even to receive, right, the sales, you also receive them in installments. Like Flamengo paying for signings in installments due to limited cash, they also receive money from sales in installments. So Flamengo will consider this, okay? The offer has arrived, Flamengo will carefully evaluate it, but considering whether or not they can replace that position. That's it. I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and like the video. Red and black greetings from Flamengo. Thanks.